let's talk a little bit about the decision. What can people expect if they want to come to Summerfest?
Sure. We made a decision that it's pretty prevalent in the industry. Now, if you saw what happened at Lollapalooza a couple of weeks ago, it's along those lines, of course. And the decision was rooted in three different factors: health, safety, and business. So the health and safety part really kind of speak for themselves, and we're really not blazing new territory here. As you look throughout the music industry, whether it's concerts or festivals, you'll see a lot of this. Milwaukee does not stand alone in this particular decision, and Summerfest being the world's largest music festival, certainly we want to be a leader and provide the most reasonable level of health and safety for our fans that we can. It's also a business decision because some bands, headliner bands that will play the American Family Insurance Amphitheater and BMO and other stages throughout our grounds, they have their own set of demands and protocols. And so if we didn't implement something like we did, we run the risk of losing a headliner. And after we had the year that we had in 2020, where we lost 99% of our revenue, we just couldn't afford the potential of losing a headliner. So we got out in front of it for health and safety purposes. We worked collaboratively with the Milwaukee Health Department and Commissioner Johnson and came up with this plan, which we implemented today.
Perfect. And, talk to me a little about the possible impact that might make on Summerfest. What's the reaction you guys have been getting? Some people...
Yeah, I've been following social a little bit, and it's just like you would expect. There's going to be some naysayers, and then there's a lot of people that are applauding to say great decision. So we're really not sure how this is all going to play out. It's kind of like the pandemic. I mean, every day when you wake up, it's something different, and it's kind of like following the bouncing ball. I can tell you this. I would prefer to lose some attendance because we've implemented the program that we're implementing and have our fans have a reasonable expectation and health and safety experience than had we not done it. So we don't know how this is going to work out as to how many people won't come because of the policy, and then there's going to be some people that do show up. Oh, well, I feel safer now, I'll show up. So I really don't have that answer at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were talking about Lollapalooza because they kind of did the same thing. Were you in talks with other kind of big music festivals throughout the country or
throughout the world?
Throughout the world. Can you talk to me a little about that?
Well, I really don't want to say any other names, okay. but the we really did a lot of due diligence, and if you look at the concert that's going to be held in New York City on Central Park's Great Lawn, and you look at the lineup that they have, anyone going to that concert has to be vaccinated. There is no option for a test as we have here, and we'll have testing available on the grounds for a rapid test to help our people get through the gates. But when you look around, Lollapalooza and Bonnaroo and New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival just moved from the fall to spring dates. So again, we're not blazing new territory here. It's where the industry is going, and certain bands will impose their own protocols. And if you don't go along, you run the risk of losing a band.
Are there any concerns about somebody who might be having a fake vaccination cards, or will there be people kind of trained to look at that?
People will be trained, but I really can't speak to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, what does it really mean to you to be able to still hold Summerfest, something that is huge? I just moved here, but as soon as I moved here, people were already talking about Summerfest. So what does it mean to you to be able to still put on a great show, make sure people are healthy, and really make sure it still goes on? Our
entire staff is just really, really pumped up about this year's, the 53rd edition of Summerfest. Bob and his crew have put together a stellar lineup. There's something for everyone, either in the amphitheater or on the grounds. We couldn't be more excited. We're hoping for great weather in early September, and we think it's going to be a great show. So we'll all get through this together. I would encourage people to come early and get through the gates a little earlier, and therefore they would have a better experience while here.
And just to confirm, you did say you guys will be having rapid testing on site so people can see if they can get into the ground.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, wonderful. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, that's it.